So the bombshell, hold on to the edge of your seat. This is worse than Ukraine. It's another impeachment in the making. John Bolton said, most decisions that the president made was weighed in a calculus of how it would affect his reelection. Oh my God, he's a politician. Oh my God, he made decisions based on his reelection. Well, you name one president running for a second term since George Washington who didn't weigh decisions based on how it would affect their reelect campaign. Name one. Reagan, I don't think so. Every one of them do it. It's part of the system. It's why you have a second term. It's why you don't have one 8-year term. You have two 4-year terms because you have to be responsible to the people for another term. And certainly any decision you make is going to be calculated in the risk or the reward of the election. So get over yourself. This has got to be the stupidest so-called bombshell revelation that I have ever encountered. Then he's like, oh, well, he told President Z that to buy a lot of farm goods because that would help his reelection. What was he supposed to tell him? Don't buy farm goods so I lose the farm vote? And don't you want China buying farm goods? What the hell's cares whether it helps his reelection or not? It's good if China spends money and buys from farmers. How is that hurting the country? These people are imbeciles. I am surrounded by idiots in the media. It is unbelievable. Buy more soybeans. Oh my God, impeach him. Hey, President Z, I want you to buy more soybeans because the more you buy, the better chances I have for re-election. So go ahead and buy a lot of soybeans. I need 350 billion of soybeans because we got a trade imbalance. This guy's been the toughest guy on China in history. Toughest. And now he's like, oh, well, he's playing footsie with Z for re-election. He's engaging a foreign leader to help him with his re-election. Are you serious? Buy U.S. products is getting somebody involved in your re-election campaign? The media today is not only fake, it's stupid. Thank God for me, your Godzilla of truth in America. It is just, these people are downright dumb. Like, where did they go to college? What experience do they have? They just hate Trump so much. They don't care what it is. Oh my God, impeach him. He wanted China to buy soybeans. Oh my God. The thought of it all. He said, if you buy soybeans, I'm not going to put the other tariff on you. That was made public. See, let me just stop here. When you bring snakes into your house, what do you think the eventual outcome is going to be? You're going to get bit because that's what snakes do. John Bolton is a neocon, warmonger, low-life, political grifter snake. He's been that way for 50 years. John Bolton, the last of the neocons, the last of the I never met a bomb or a body bag I didn't like. Go to war is his answer to everything. Topple governments. Last of the warmongers that Trump is trying to eradicate and sterilize out of the State Department and the bureaucracy and Washington, D.C. It's impossible to do. But hey, he brought him in. And when he was thinking about bringing him in, as you recall, I went nuts. John Bolton doesn't believe in a single foreign policy initiative that President Trump has. He completely rejects Trump's America First policies. He doesn't want to withdraw troops. He doesn't want to get our kids out of Afghanistan, Iraq, Germany, Japan, you name it. He wants to expand. He wants to topple governments. Now that's his view. How you bring this guy in as National Security Advisor is beyond me. That was a huge mistake that Trump made. And what did he think was going to happen? You think this was going to end well? These neocons and warmongers, they never quit. And here's the other thing. Cheney, Bolton, Liz Cheney, this Cheney, that Cheney, name any Cheney, all of them. They've been wrong for 40 years on everything. And they're unrepentant. It's the thing about the neocons. And this isn't liberal, right, or left, or anything else. They're the most unrepentant group of losers in history. They never admit they're wrong. There were no WMDs. There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. There were no chemical weapons. There was nothing. Every time they have gone to war, they've been wrong and they failed. And they're unrepentant. They never say, you know what? Dick Cheney, I've been wrong for 50 years. John Bolton, I've been wrong for 50 years. No. They just go on and write books trashing Trump. Like, what did Trump think was going to happen with this guy? Why don't you, in a second term, why don't you surround yourself with people advising you and in positions of authority and influence and power in the administration that actually believe in your agenda, like Peter Navarro, like Robert Lighthizer, like Richard Grenell. People that actually believe in you, like Kellyanne Conway, Hogan Gidley, Mark Meadows, the guys that you're starting to put in there now. We need Lewandowski in there. We need Bossie in there. I don't care what their roles are. Get them in. They're going to move the country forward. They're not going to be looking to write a book and snake you. And when does Bolton release it? Before the Republican National Convention. Oh, let's do that. That's fun. Sales will go up. Darren in Richmond said, you called this one a long time ago. Damn right, Darren, and thanks for noticing. I am right about so many things. It's unbelievable. That's why you tuned me in, and thank you. I called that when they were interviewing him. I said this would be a disaster and it would end in chaos. Because these people don't believe. People say to me, well, what's going to happen after Trump? The America First agenda, the America First vision lives on. Right now, President Donald J. Trump is our leader, but it lives on. It doesn't go away. And so I understand the president's instincts to be transactional. I get it. That's why he keeps hiring these losers. He thinks he's building a hotel and let's get the best guy that does roofing. Doesn't work that way. If they don't believe in the roof you're putting on, they will screw it up. And then they'll blame you. You cannot, in politics, constantly bring people into the administration who loathe you and reject your vision for America. You can't do it. It will fail. It's failed. Every time he's brought one of these people in, it's ended badly. Mattis on down. It all ends poorly. They don't want you there. They don't believe in your agenda. They don't believe in America First. They are not populists. They are globalists. They have an opposite view. Why do you keep bringing them in? And they're blaming them. No, I blame you. It's got to stop. And don't be telling me about Jared or Ivanka, okay? Irrelevant. Trump made that decision. Trump made the decision to bring in Bolton. I told him when he was thinking about it, it would end in disaster and chaos, and he would throw you under the bus and write a book. I said it. I'll pull the tape. A year and a half ago. That's exactly what he did. These people hate Trump. They think they're going to get in there and change him. They can't change him. Trump has been saying the same thing for 50 years. 50! Same thing. Never wavered. These are his beliefs. This is not a transactional business. This is policy. This is vision. This is leadership. And whenever he's let these losers pull him down a primrose path, it ends poorly, whether it be John Bolton or Dr. Falsey Fauci the liar, the deep stater, or Burks with the scarf like the real estate agent. I have no use for any of these people. I want all of them out in a second term. You got 4 years if you get reelected to change America. We got to stop putting people in positions of power that undermine your vision and undermine your agenda. And that's what they do. John Bolton undermined your agenda, and now he's doing it again. And they make millions off it. If John Bolton wasn't in the White House, he wouldn't sell 1,000 copies of a stupid neocon warmonger army book. Nobody cares what these neocons say. But hey, let's write a book and trash Trump and make millions inside the office. Screw you, weasel. What have you ever done for this country? What have you ever done but get us involved in conflicts we don't need to be in? What have you ever done, Bolton? Name one accomplishment you've ever done. Oh, you don't have any. Figures. Why don't you go to Wyoming and go hang out with the Cheneys? Go have a picnic there. You can all plan your next warmonger activity or whatever you do out there. Cheneys, Boltons, all of them, done. What do you expect when you keep bringing in people into the administration that do not want you to succeed because they do not believe in you? And they think, well, if I get there, I will change him. You ain't going to change jack. Because unlike other presidents we've had, this guy actually believes in what he's doing. He actually believes it. He actually fulfills his promises. Promises made, promises kept. He actually is doing what he said he was going to do. His problem is treating his administration like a transactional business, looking at a resume and saying, wow, this guy or gal has the credentials to do this job. You're not building a golf course. You're not building a hotel in downtown Washington or a skyscraper in New York City. You are running a divided country with an agenda that has to be forcefully and passionately and relentlessly articulated every single day, like Stephen K. Bannon does from 10 to noon, Monday to Saturday, like I do 4 hours a day, Monday to Friday. It has to be articulated. It has to be passionately and forcefully move forward to break through the inertia and the walls. And so when you have John Bolton's running around undermining you, and I can go on and on and on and on, he's just the latest. This is going to be the outcome. Tell-all books, chaos, embarrassment, and disaster. So stop bringing people into the administration that are trying to derail your agenda. Let's start there. John Bolton is an unrepentant neocon warmonger who has been wrong on every major foreign policy decision in the last 40 years. Good riddance. John Fredericks Radio Network.